G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. This is part 3 of the ranking of Australian macro lagers. Number 1 was Reschs Pilsener, number 2 was VB, and today's episode, number 3 in the series, we are having a look at Carlton Draught, another beer from Carlton and United Breweries. It's one that is pretty much available everywhere these days, but from memory it wasn't until the early 2000s that they really started to go national with Carlton Draught. Certainly in Sydney it was very difficult to find up until the early 2000s when that real push began, and like I said, you can get it pretty much everywhere. I think I paid about $5 for this 375ml bottle, 4.6%, I believe, 1.4 standard drink. So without further ado, we'll crack her open, pour into this glass. All right, there we go. So the appearance is as you would expect. It's a golden colour, it's very clear, it's a moderate amount of carbonation, and we've got just over a finger of fluffy white head. Aroma. Okay, like most Australian macro lagers, it's not a particularly aromatic beer. There is some sweet malt coming through, and also the Pride of Ringwood hops. Yeah, that's about it. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Okay, the taste, similar to the aroma. As far as I'm concerned, most beers in this style aren't ones that are particularly full flavoured. There is some sweet malt coming through. The Pride of Ringwood hops is evident, so there's a little bit of that kind of wet cardboard taste and smell. There's minimal bitterness to speak of. It's light to medium in body, as you'd expect from a mass-produced beer of this style. It is consistent, it's clean, it's crisp, it's refreshing, it's very, very drinkable, certainly sessionable. So I guess what we really need to look at is where does it sit in comparison to the other two beers that I've reviewed so far in the series. Reschs Pilsener I gave a 5 out of 5 in the category, and then VB I gave a 3 out of 5. This one to me, not as good as Reschs Pilsener. I'm not getting as much flavour as I do from Reschs, and the other thing is Reschs to me kind of stands out. It's got a different flavour. It's somewhat unique compared to these other CUB beers. So Carlton Draught up against VB. I'd take Carlton Draught over VB. To me, I'm finding that this is a little bit cleaner than VB. I find VB, like I said in the review, it to me it's almost got a chemical type of taste in there somewhere, which I don't get in the Carlton Draught. So for me, this is a bit more enjoyable. It's a little bit cleaner. It's similar, but it's got a cleaner taste, and I think that makes it, in my opinion at least, a more enjoyable beer to drink. But this one, not bad at all. I would have preferred to get it in a can, but the bottle shop that I went to I only had it in stubby. The other ones that I've reviewed have both been in the can. Rating, well, I said not as good as Reschs Pilsener, but better than VB. So I'll stick it smack bang in the middle of those two. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for Carlton Draught as an Australian macro lager, and that puts it in second place in the ranking so far. I do still have a can of Two Is New in the fridge. That will be the 4th beer in the series, and then I'll just see what else I can get my hands on. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Hef's Beer Reviews, and we'll catch you next time.